Today on the channel, we're back at it with another Grapplers and Gimmicks unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got Tony Anthony, aka TL Hopper.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another Grapplers and Gimmicks unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got one that I never thought we'd get in action figure form. We got Tony Anthony, aka the Dirty White Boy, aka Uncle Cletus, aka TL Hopper. But of course, for all your TL Hopper needs, make sure you're hitting up grapplersgimmicks.com. Shipping now is TL Hopper. We got a lot more figures on the way over there at Grapplers and Gimmicks. I have a feeling it's going to be a very expensive 2025 with all the Grapplers and Gimmicks releases. So we'll stay tuned to those on the channel as we unbox all of them. And speaking of unboxings, we're going to do this one like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Grapplers and Gimmicks line keeps continuing on. As I always say in my reviews, I'm a broken record. Really feel like the most Hasbro-esque figures out of all the retro releases. Now, there's a little bit of something for everybody, it seems like, in the retro releases here in 2025 as we're filming this. But this one does feel like it carries on that nature, as I've said in other videos as well. And TL Hopper continuing that trend. And I say it all the time on this channel, I love getting the John Cenas, the Rey Mysterios, the Undertakers of the world as much as the next guy. But we've had so many of those, so it is always special when you get a character that's never had an action figure before. There's always something special about that, and that's where this TL Hopper sits for me right here. Of course, Tony Anthony, I knew him more as the Dirty White Boy, watching wrestling on ESPN as a little kid, seeing some of that USWA stuff, and then, of course, my tape trading days in high school. I got a lot of Smoky Mountain wrestling tapes, and he was a big deal over there in Smoky Mountain. And then he had a couple terms of service over there in the WWF at the time. Well, of course, as TL Hopper and the manager of the Godwins for a little bit. So he was a guy that got around, a good hand, I guess is what they would call him there. Never got to the heights of the Ultimate Warrior of the world, but he was one of those performers that was around for a good amount of years, probably in his 60s now, all but retired from wrestling, if I'm not mistaken. I would assume so, at least. But this is his first ever figure, so that is always something special there. And of course, we're going to dive into it, but before we get to the figure here, I want to get to this, and I guess controversy creates cash, doesn't it? But we do get a toilet with him, which is very interesting. It is a bagged up toilet here. It does say, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep plastic bag away from babies and children. Babies and children, Mark Summers from the couch, you're always worried about them. Do not use in cribs, carriages, or playpens. This bag is not a toy. Well, there goes my afternoon. That was my plan. Adult collectible, not a toy. It has the official Grapplers and Gimmicks on there. P/N81134. Made in China right here for this toilet. Very cool, of course. They carried on, or I should say, Grapplers and Gimmicks carried on the tradition of the Hasbro bag stuff. Of course, way back when, we got Bret Hart, we got the Hulkster, we got the Undertaker. Undertaker, the only figure I'm missing from my original Hasbro collection. One day, hopefully, I do pick that one up. Playing that long game. Shouldn't have waited so long is what I shouldn't have done. But they're carrying on the number system like this is the next kind of giveaway going on. It is a giveaway with this TL Hopper. Now, it is a toilet in a bag right here. So I'm going to immediately devalue this bag and this figure, or toilet, I guess in this case, is I'm going to open it up and we're going to get this toilet out. See you later. Goodbye. So do we get the old toilet accessory? Fits really good for a guy like TL Hopper. He's supposed to be the wrestling plumber back in a time where everybody had a second job. Wrestling was tough in the 90s, especially that era of the 90s. Almost an era where I jumped out of my wrestling fandom. If it wasn't for ECW carrying me back in, I don't know where I'd be today. I might have stopped watching wrestling altogether. But I was really enjoying the ECW stuff, reading through the magazines, the infancies of the internet, I guess, and then tape trading. So that was keeping me in the game because WWF was pretty god-awful around this time. If you ask me, at least personally, I was not enjoying it compared to the 80s heyday, I guess we'll say. But very cool we get this toilet with TL Hopper as it makes sense with his gimmick. Heck, you can use this with your Dusty Rhodes as well. We remember those vignettes with Dusty over the years. But it is a toilet. I do wish the lid came down. There's no movement, no nothing on here. The lid does not come down. It is a white toilet. A nice weight to this. This is a lot heavier than I anticipated it to be, so it is at least good quality. However, we got all kinds of mess in the toilet here. This is an issue. I never thought in all the years, and we're almost to the 5-year anniversary of this channel, chasing 50,000 subscribers. You haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do it. But in all the years, I never thought I would be explaining a toilet with poop and pee in it. Yes, the poop and the pee both in here at the same time. Somebody is extremely dehydrated, and somebody's been eating good in the neighborhood. They must have been going to Applebee's. That's the only thing I can think right here. But man, what a mess of the toilet. I don't know if this is a touch too far. I feel like this didn't need to be here. When I was a little kid, I probably would have got a heck of a kick out of it, and I kind of get a kick out of it now, let's be honest. I'm not too old for jokes like this, but this is a tough one to display. Now, here's what I would do in my brain if I had a choice in this. I would have left that in there. That's cool enough, and I'd have it removable so you could throw it at somebody if you wanted to and you're playing. That'd be a dangerous fig fed. It could get sloppy in that fig fed. But I wish this came down. I wish the lid came down. That way you could display it with the lid down. Have a little Easter egg there. I think that would have been the way to go. Unfortunately, no movement on that. But I really wish you could have put it down because I don't really want to display it right there. People walk by and like, really? Really? So TL Hopper for me will go a little bit higher so you can only see it from this level. You're not going to see down into it. That's how I'm going to display that one. But it is a cool idea. It is a cool accessory. I'm here for the idea. I just wish we could pull that down if we want to display it because not everybody's going to want to have this out there in the forefront. But at the same time, is TL Hopper a fronter in your fig fed? Is he a fronter in your collection? That's going to be an interesting collection if he's right at the front. But I do appreciate all of this because I don't think we'll ever get another TL Hopper figure. So I'm very happy, very excited to at least get one before things are all said and done. But there it is, Mr. Hopper right there, just loving on that plunger. Who knows what he's up to with that plunger, but man, he holds that thing with such love and admiration. Just looks amazing right there. He's got the wife beater on in white there. We'd like to see this a little dirtier. I think that would have worked as well. Grapplers Gimmicks logo as well up there. What's it say? Ages 18 and up, just for the toilet alone, 18 and up on that one. You got, of course, the figure there on the card. You got Grapplers and Gimmicks, and it says, real vintage style figure with the toilet tackle. It's a dangerous one, tackle in that toilet. On the back, we got the black and white, very Hasbro-like once again there. To say anything special back here, nothing really. Collect them all. Queen Sherry, Randy Savage, James W. Ware, and of course, Bulldog 97. But looking good back here. It's got kind of the drawings of TL Hopper and everything. But I'm going to free him from this plastic prison and have him just work these toilets over in my house, maybe. Of course, you guys know I try my best to save the cards on this one. Man, these are tight, tight, tight to the package. I wish they were a little bit looser, in all honesty. We're going to get it out, maybe. Maybe I'll get it out. Well, let's get TL Hopper out. But we got that there, saving the packaging. See you later, goodbye. But let's get down to business, and let's start. Once again, a lot of accessories of this one. First ever wrestling plunger accessory. Maybe, maybe not. I can see Jakks probably gave us some way back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, actually. But very cool to get the plunger right here. And this may look like a sink plunger or a bathtub plunger, not necessarily a toilet plunger. There is a difference. I was told that at Home Depot, as I know it, of course. But looking good right here with the handle and the plunger. One of those accessories you could possibly use with somebody else if you wanted to. Would have been cool if it had the power of magnets to compel us and it could have like stuck right in there. But I guess you can ease it right on top of the toilet if that is your thing. But a cool accessory. Two accessories we've never had in any retro line for the first time ever. Something to be said about that. But now we're going to dive into the Hopper, the TL Hopper, that is. And looking like a dirty white boy. Like I said, first thing I noticed, pristine shirt. He must have just started his workday. What? Todd McFarlane, what? Oh, please, Todd. Todd said, he looks like a guy that wouldn't shower and bathe, so he'd probably just wear the same wife beater all week long, so it should be dirty, which you might be right. There should be some dirt. I'm glad there's not, the poop and the pee. Of course, the poop and the pee. I'm glad that isn't on his shirt, though. They could have done that, maybe put some smudges on his face like a young Mr. Hankey giving Kyle a kiss back in the day. It could be like that. Who knows? But a very, very clean wife beater. Very clean jeans on him as well. Khakis, Dockers maybe. Black shoes down here as well. He's got a fist of fury and a gripping hand that also doubles as a fist of fury, so I'm here for that. A guy like TL Hopper, he's a brawler if there ever was one. He's throwing the fist. He's doing all that. Diving into his head sculpt here, I tell you what, for a plumber, heck of a dental plan. Whatever union he's involved in, keep up the good work. He's probably got some amazing union benefits is what he's got going on. You got the blonde goatee, got the blonde curly receding hair throughout. looking very good. I don't got any issues with this one. And I believe, are they using this same body with Waylon Mercy? I haven't got Waylon yet in the collection, but I have a feeling we got some reuse out of that. I could be wrong. I guess we'll see. I know he's definitely got the floral shirt, which I can't wait to see as well. But it looks good. It looks like TL Hopper, Tony Anthony, the Dirty White Boy. If somebody handed this to me, I would know who this is. So that's always good in any action figure line, especially retro lines, if you know who this one is. On the back, he's, of course, he could be related to Jeff Hardy. Somebody might have to fact check that. Boys on the couch, get working on that. But he does got the handkerchief on the back. And if he's not related to Jeff Hardy, he obviously influenced Jeff Hardy's career. And if I'm not mistaken, Jeff Hardy stole pretty much his whole move set from TL Hopper. I could be wrong. Fact check it if you want, but we do got that hanky in the back. You do got waist articulation, both arms all the way around, head back and forth, side to side. Good weight to the figure and smooth as butter in the articulation. So you can't ask for much more than that. Hassel Toy 2024. Made in China right there. No Vietnam here. We're warring with China on this one. But he does look good, does feel good, does fit good. Does the plunger go in his hand? Let's see. It would be terrible if it didn't fit, wouldn't it? Ooh, it is tight, but it will go in there. You just got to get it in there. You know, some people like it tight, myself included. And TL's got it right there. He's ready to go with the plunger of doom. I could just imagine in my Fig Fed days, he'd be probably a jobber for me, but he would be, of course, using this plunger on people's faces. He'd be going after the match, whoop, right in their face. That'd be amazing. That's how you wake the Undertaker up. You get him right in the face with the plunger. But looking good right there. But I want to do some comparisons. The one match that sticks out in my brain from back in the day, didn't he wrestle with Duke the Dumpster Droese in like a housekeeping match? Who's going to do the plumbing? Who's going to take the garbage out? They should have formed a tag team is really what they should have done. But we did get Duke the Dumpster Droese in his first ever figure from Grapplers and Gimmicks as well. So cool to see these guys side by side. I did mention it earlier. He did manage the Godwins for a while. So you can maybe pretend it's Uncle Cletus if you want to. Maybe get some aftermarket accessories, put it on there, have him as a manager. Or we may see Grapplers and Gimmicks in the future release the Uncle Cletus. We'll see if that happens as well. And then I did grab an old school Hasbro Bret Hart. Always preferred the tan Bret Hart. Personal choice, I know. But you got him right there. You can kind of have them have a battle. I'm sure they battled somewhere along the way on a house show or a Superstars taping or something like that. So very cool. Now, TL Hopper, never going to be confused with the Hulk Hogan's, Undertaker's, Ultimate Warriors of the world. Not going to happen. This is a figure that's not for everybody, and that's retros in general. They're not for everybody. They're not Mattel Elites. They're a little harder to get to. But for longtime fans of wrestling figures and people like myself that enjoy getting new talent, new characters in wrestling toy lines, this is something special. This is fun. It is a little bit of ha-ha joke with the old poop and the pee. Yes, the poop and the pee, Todd. What, that reminds you got to go? All right, well, I'll let you go. Come back soon, hopefully. Todd's going to blow up my my porcelain up there. That's what you say? You're going to blow it up? Well, I need to call TL Hopper. We need to bring him in here and take care of the McFarlane problem. That's what I need. I might need an exterminator the way things are going. But I'm happy I got this one in my collection here. I wouldn't change a whole lot. I would just say, and it's a nitpick one, I would love it if the lid came down on the toilet just for the heck of it. Just for the heck of it. But it is what it is. TL Hopper dancing into the table here today. What are your guys' thoughts on this one? Is it worth the pickup for you? Long game, no game, pass game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. Check out my Patreon, check out Pro Wrestling Tees, check me out on TikTok, and of course, SirPaul64 on the X, the _Kyle _Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Mr. TL Hopper, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.